Thanks very much, Madam Speaker. My question's to the Assistant Minister for Infrastructure and Regional Development. Will the minister update the House on the government's $7.6 billion investment in much-needed infrastructure in my home state of Victoria? And why is it so important that these projects proceed?
I call the Honourable Assistant Minister.
Well, thank you, Madam Speaker, and can I thank the member for Deakin for the question and congratulate him along with the member for Casey, the member for Aston, the member for Latrobe, and of course the member for Corangamite on the campaign they launched last week to say Daniel Andrews, build the link. They launched a campaign. They've had over 10,000 signatures so far on their petition, and we congratulate them because we agree with them. We say build the link, Dan Andrews, because we want the 7,000 construction jobs. We want the much-needed relief from congestion in Melbourne.
On my left.
And we want to support the Hollow Man. We want to support the
includes
Leader of the Opposition
the member for Isaacs.
not one, but two submissions that he put in to Sir Rod Eddington's inquiry to build an east-west link in Melbourne. Two submissions, one as a Member of Parliament from the western side of Melbourne, and the other one as the union boss, the AWU union boss that he once was, Madam Speaker. And all we ask from the Leader of the Opposition is to have a consistent approach. All we say to the Leader of the Opposition is have a consistent approach. We want not the documentary that ran on the ABC about him a few years ago, the Hollow Man documentary. We want a consistent approach, and we want the 7,000 jobs that this will create, Madam Speaker. Now, it gets worse, Madam Speaker, than that. It gets worse than the threat to rip up a contract from Dan Andrews and the Daniel Andrews government, which says, as the Herald Sun reported last week, risk of employers sacking staff from their jobs because they haven't got the work because of this contract being ripped up, Madam Speaker. But we now see, Madam Speaker, that the Andrews government threatening to legislate away the contractual rights of this company. Threatening to legislate the rights of this company away in legislation, Madam Speaker. Now, even the Leader of the Opposition would think that this is a step too far. Even the Leader of the Opposition would think putting at risk the credit rating of the state, the damage it will do to international investment in our country, the fact that Lend-Lease, Australia's only investment-grade constructor, will not work in the state ever again if they do this. Even he would say that this is a step the Andrews government cannot take, Madam Speaker. But this is a step we understand that they are willing to take. Now, it gets beyond politics, Madam Speaker. This gets beyond the job security of people in Victoria and across the country. And it won't just be in Victoria, because following the member of Grainler's advice, Luke Foley and his opposition will rip up the WestConnex contract too. This is what they will do in New South Wales, and we know that, Madam Speaker, because that's what they did in Victoria. 7,000 jobs gone in Victoria, 10,000 to go in Western Sydney. Madam Speaker, these people are a menace and they should be stopped.